Hey folks, today we are at Dealey Plaza in Dallas, Texas, and we're here to look at a possible sniper location. This one is probably one that you haven't heard of, but it is very interesting. Right now we're standing on top of the triple underpass. You can see the railroad tracks that go across it here. And the sniper location is just this way over here. Now we've done a video on the sewer where there could have possibly been a shooter in the sewer, which would be right down here. But that is a small sewer. Now, apparently this road's been covered a bunch of times over the years. So the sewer would have had a better shot back when the assassination occurred than it does today.
Yeah, they say, well, the storm drain, whatever you want to call it, has been changed.
Yes. Now, I've always wondered, where does that sewer go to? If somebody was in there, how would they get out? How far away would it be? Well, right over here is a storm grate that probably attaches to that sewer down there. And the interesting thing about this is this would have also been a really good location to be a shooter if you were just right in here. The problem is this fence is in the way. But when the assassination occurred, it wasn't in the way. I've seen pictures from that time of the assassination, and the fence that was here came straight back this way and then turned down into the picket fence here. Now, from my understanding, they were scheduled to change this and put this fence here in front of this sewer grate when the assassination occurred. And they actually started a little bit of work on it just a day or two after the assassination. And this new fence was put up here, which would have blocked view from these grates here. And I'll walk around to the front in a minute, but here is a view from where I'm standing. So if somebody was, sticking their head out of that sewer grate, which is an awfully heavy sewer grate, but if they were, they would have had a good shot. In fact, where that big oak tree is, I think that's an oak tree. Anyways, the big tree in the middle of the frame there, just to the right of that is where the headshot occurred on the ground. You can see the X, I can see the X behind it. You may not be able to from this camera view. But I'll walk around to the other side and give you a better view of it. Okay guys, sorry about all the noise here today. It's a Saturday, and not only is it busy, there's also a Israel protest going on about 200 feet away from here. But I'm now standing on the other side of that fence that I was just standing behind, on the east side of the fence. And I will walk over to where the fence is. And if you look at some of the old photos of the bystanders that ran up the grassy knoll, a bunch of them ran to this location. Slick. But that's the grate right on the other side of this wall here. So you could easily see how if somebody were inside of there, they could just stick their head up and lay a gun right here across this concrete barrier, and they would have had a really good line of fire. Let's see, I'll go right along in here. Now the problem is from this angle, of course this tree 50 years ago was much smaller. But the problem I can see is that the headshot where the X is on the ground is right behind that tree. Now, the first shot I can't see because of the crowd down there where the X is there, but we've always been told that the throat wound came from the back, but it may have actually come from the front if the shot came from this area here. Now, I'm not saying that there was a sniper here, but that's a good location. And this is where everybody was running up the grassy knoll where they thought they heard shots fired from. So, could it have happened here? I guess it could have. I don't know if it did. You know, but if you're a conspiracy guy, then there's another conspiracy for you. But I do find it interesting that at the time of the assassination, this wood fence here went straight across behind where the grate is. And just a short time after the assassination, workers came out and put a new fence that now goes in front of that grate, which would block anybody's view from that side. But the day of the assassination, there was a view from this side. Interesting. What do you think, Jan?
There's possibilities to any of this might have happened, and we're just not sure. We're hearing all these different options and all these different theories, but we're exploring whatever we hear about and sharing it with you guys.
And you know, one of the strange things about Dealey Plaza, I mean, it is a good size area, but when you see it on film, it doesn't look that large. But there is actually a lot of good places for somebody to hide with a gun here. And who knows? Who knows? I don't know if Oswald took the shots all by himself, if there was other people involved, but I do find it interesting.
Strange RV tours will take you places with Greg and Janet's smiling faces. You might see a crazy flavored soda review or some tips to fit your RV too. So come along, won't you join us, friend, as we discover what's around the bend. Just sit right back in your easy chair. Strange RV Tours is on the air. Strange RV Tours is on